in and welcome to the Locker Room. My name is Mike Gerstein. I just want to welcome you to my third edition of the Daily Locker Room. My message today is very simple. Be available. So I was recently watching a docu-series called The Defiant Ones, and it tells the story about Jimmy Iovine and Dr. They discuss many ups and downs as many business owners do endure. But there was one story that vividly stood out to me, and it kind of actually forced me to dig deeper for more information. For those of you who don't know, Jimmy Iovine is a record producer and is a co-founder of Interscope Records. He's worked with many stars like John Lennon, Bruce Springsteen, Stevie Nicks, Tom Petty, Dr. Dre, Elton John, and that's just to name a few. But believe it or not, it was not always sunshine and rainbows for Mr. Iovine. He had to get started in some way, shape, or form, as does anybody who runs their own business. And it all started on Easter Sunday in 1973. At the time, Jimmy was basically a custodian at the recording studio in New York City called the Record Plant. He was the guy who would walk around with a cart to make sure all the pads and papers were there and the microphones were in check and all that kind of fun stuff. This was his foot in the door as much as he was just trying to learn as much as he could. This was his way of getting into the business. So on Easter Sunday in 1973, the owner of the studio calls him and says, "Jimmy, I want you to come in and answer the phones today. We have a session with John." And his mother starts going bananas. He says, "It's Easter Sunday. Your cousins, your aunts, your uncles, they're all coming over. We're going to church. You're not going to work." And Jimmy quickly responded with, "Ma, I'm going to work, and I'm going to work every time they ask me to go to work." When he ended up arriving at the record plant, everyone was laughing at him, and they said, "We just want to see if you would actually come in on Easter Sunday to see how committed you actually are." And that's when he got his shot. All he did was show up. He was available on Easter Sunday, and he was now an engineer on John Lennon's new album. This taught Jimmy to always go the extra mile. And anytime he was asked to go check out a band in England or in Europe, he always went, because you never know. Point is, everyone, be available. When you run your own business, you have no idea when, where, or how your business is going to come to you. All you can do is be ready and be available when opportunity strikes. The Mike Gerstein School of Business is officially open 24/7. Are you always available, or are you always ready for business? Thanks for having me, and make it a great day, guys.